Hi folks, and welcome to this, my attempt at a Harry Potter autograph collection related video. If you've been following me for a while on YouTube, you'll know I've done videos for my Doctor Who collection and my Game of Thrones, and I thought I'd have a go at Harry Potter. I don't have a huge Harry Potter collection, and one of the things I would say is that most of the autographs that I've got, the actual pictures themselves, don't relate to Harry Potter, but all the actors and actresses in them, the people in them, are all related to the Harry Potter franchise. The other reason I wanted to do this is because I've got a couple of autographs that are probably quite hard to get hold of now from people who have been related to Harry Potter, so I thought it'd be quite cool to show those as well. So I'll start straight on with one of those, which is this one from the amazing Leslie Phillips. Leslie's probably best known to people of an older generation for the Carry On films, and films of those sort of ilk, but for people who are fans of Harry Potter, he's going to be best known as the voice of the Sorting Hat through pretty much, I think, the entirety of the Harry Potter franchise. I wrote to Leslie probably back in 2000, 2001 and got this through the mail. It says, "Great joy, Carl, Leslie Phillips," which is really cool. Unfortunately, Leslie has been quite ill for some time now, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't do replies through the mail anymore. So if you're after an autograph from Leslie, it's probably going to have to be eBay at this point, I would imagine, as you're very, very unlikely to get a reply through the mail. But very, very cool and a good one to start this video off on. Next autograph I've got from somebody who sadly is no longer with us, the amazing Mr. Eric Sykes. He's obviously probably best known for things like the TV series Sykes, the hit sort of British comedy film The Plank, but he was in Harry Potter. He was Frank Bryce in the film Goblet of Fire. Sadly passed away a couple of years ago now. I wrote to Eric through the mail, again back in early 2000s, and this is the autograph I got back from him, which is really cool. So really happy to have that, and again one that if you're after an autograph, you know, if you're a perfectionist and enthusiast for Harry Potter autograph collecting, I'm afraid it's going to be a through the mail. There isn't a through the mail. I'm afraid it's going to be like an eBay or private purchase for you, because you just can't get hold of these anymore, and it's probably going to cost you a pretty penny too. So really cool to have both that Leslie Phillips and Eric Sykes in my collection. Moving on are some autographs from David Tennant. Now I know David, most people know David best from Doctor Who, Broadchurch, that kind of thing. I sent him 2 Doctor Who pictures, which he's very kindly signed for me. You can see here, these are from the War Doctor episodes where Matt Smith and John Hurt are in, and you'll see some John Hurt stuff later on. David's best known for playing Barty Crouch Jr. In Goblet of Fire. I think that was the only one he was in, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I sent to him through the mail a couple of years ago now, about 2 years ago actually, and got these both signed by David. Whether the dedication's from him or not, I don't know, but they are genuines through the mails from David Tennant, which is really cool. Next set of autographs, speak of the devil, there we go, are from, again, the now sadly deceased Mr. John Hurt. John has been the character Ollivander through a couple of films. I think he was in Deathly Hallows 1 and 2 and Sorcerer's Stone as well. I sent him a couple of autographs. I sent him this one, which is the one I'd already had signed by David Tennant, and he signed that, as you can see on here, which is cool. I also sent him this picture from The Elephant Man, which he signed for me, and this one of him as the War Doctor as well in Doctor Who, which is really cool. So I've got all 3 of those signed. Sadly no longer with us, passed away last year. Very sorely missed, but an excellent actor, and very cool to have this in my collection. The next one I've got, people may be thinking, who the hell's this? It's Jim Dale, probably best known from his appearances in Carry On. The pictures I've got here are from Carry On Screaming and Carry On Cowboy, 2 of the big Carry On films. But for those who don't know, Jim also is the US narrator on pretty much anything Harry Potter related, so the audiobooks, the games, all of that sort of stuff. He does all of the narration on the US versions of the Harry Potter franchise items. He was appearing in theatre in the UK last year, so I sent some pictures off to him because he lives in the US now, and managed to get these signed, so really cool to get those back from Mr. Jim Dale. Next up, we've got Toby Jones, and Toby's just pretty much been in everything, but for Harry Potter fans, he's probably best known as the voice of Dobby. I sent him these 2 pictures through the mail. Again, this one's from Captain America, I think, and this one is from The Girl, which is the film he did where he plays Alfred Hitchcock, and got both of those signed pretty quickly again, and really cool. I haven't sent him a Dobby picture from Harry Potter, but I may very well do that because he's very, very good through the mail replying, like exceptionally good. So if you're looking to start collecting, Toby's not a bad person to start with because he really is very generous with his fans. So that was really cool. The next autographs I've got are from Michelle Fairley. Most people probably know Michelle best as Catelyn Stark from Game of Thrones, but she was also in Deathly Hallows Part 1 as Mrs. Granger. I sent her 3 pictures. Well, they're all Game of Thrones pictures. This one, which hasn't come out that clear because it's black on black, but you get the idea. And this one I really liked. All 3 from her Game of Thrones appearances. And again, pretty quick replies for these 2, which is really cool. So that's Michelle Fairley, who was Mrs. Granger. Next, I've got Artie Shaw, who has been in a number of different things, but in Harry Potter she was a Gringotts Goblin in Deathly Hallows Part 2, and she was also a double, apparently, according to her IMDb page, on Fantastic Beasts as well, so she was a body double for somebody in Fantastic Beasts. I wrote to Artie through her website, so I sent her a message on her website. I don't think you can do it anymore because she tends to do the conventions and also charges for them. But I went to her website, dropped her a line, asked for an autograph, and got this in the post. I have met her since. She's lovely, very, very nice lady. But very happy with this from Artie Shaw. Next autograph I've got is from Spencer Wilding. Most people these days probably know Spencer best as he portrayed in some scenes portrayed Darth Vader in Rogue One. So he's taken over from Dave Prowse as Darth Vader. I met Spencer last year, I think it was, beginning of this year, last year, I can't remember, at a special signing in Cardiff. It was his first signing since doing Rogue One, so I got to meet him, which was really cool, and get a signed picture from him as well. But he, in Harry Potter, played the Knight of Hogwarts in Deathly Hallows 1, and he was also I think a motion capture actor for a werewolf in The Prisoner of Azkaban as well, so he's had a couple of parts in that. He predominantly does very small part stuff, but I think he'll probably be a bit bigger since he's done Rogue One. Next up, we've got this chap. I'm not entirely sure who he is, but I think he's had some link with the Harry Potter franchise in some way. Yes, of course, I'm only joking. It is the awesome, the one and only Mr. Daniel Radcliffe. I'm probably going to piss off a lot of people now, because when I met Daniel in London, I didn't actually bring any Harry Potter items for him to sign. I actually brought 2 autographs with me. I brought this one from The Woman in Black, and this one from Swiss Army Man, which is hilarious if you haven't seen it. The reason I didn't bring any Harry Potter stuff is because I heard rumours he wasn't signing it in his meet and greet after the show that he was performing in, which wasn't true in the end, but I brought 2 pictures along. They told me I could only have one signed. I gave both to him and he signed them both anyway, which is cool. And here's the selfie that he took of me and him, which is awesome, so that was really cool to meet him. And randomly, somebody happened to take a photo of me handing him some stuff with him signing it as well, so that's him actually signing my 2 photographs here. So there we go. So that's probably the coolest one in my Harry Potter collection, which is of course Mr. Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter himself. Next up, we've got Bryan Muir. And Bryan is actually an art department sculptor. He's been a sculptor on so many films, it's ridiculous. He basically sculpted the Darth Vader helmet head for all of the Star Wars films. He did Little Shop of Horrors, Indiana Jones, literally the list goes on and on. But he was also in the art department as a sculptor on Order of the Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince as well. He's got an online shop with some really reasonable priced pictures on, so I purchased this one. Which is really cool. It's like a Star Wars backing card for Bryan Muir, and he signed that and sent that to me, which was really cool. Almost at the end now, only 2 more to go. The next one I've got is Paul Mark Davis, who I met at an event called the Sarah Jane Adventures event, celebrating the life of the TV show, the Sarah Jane Adventures. And Paul was there and signed this picture for me, which is one of the characters he plays in the Sarah Jane Adventures show. But in the Harry Potter world, he was the ghost of the Cavalier in the Sorcerer's Stone. So I don't have anything showing his face or anything like that, but this is the creature he played. But that was quite cool to meet Paul Mark Davis. Again, another, albeit slightly tenuous link to Harry Potter. And the last set of autographs I've got are from the one and only fantastic Mr. David Bradley, who's been in Doctor Who, Game of Thrones, and played Argus Filch in pretty much all of the Harry Potter films. Not all of them, I don't think, but pretty much all of them. I wrote to him. He's very, very good through the mail at the moment, and so a lot of people have been writing to him. He's just appeared as the first Doctor in Doctor Who, which is amazing, and will be in the Christmas special. I sent him 3 autographs, which he signed for me. You can see this one's a little smudged, but the picture's actually really cool. This one is from Game of Thrones, and this one again, is from Doctor Who. So I sent him these 3. Don't have one of them as Argus Filch, but I may send something to him in the near future because, why not? He has been brilliant as a signer recently, so it might be worth doing. And that's pretty much it. That is my Harry Potter collection. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Any questions, please feel free to put in the comments below. Any comments you'd like to make about the video, anything you'd like to see coming up soon, any other types of videos, please like, please subscribe, all that kind of YouTube-y stuff. And I'll see you again for my next update video very, very soon. Thank you very much, and take care.